Hey guys, so I'm sorry I look like poop. I just had work today and then I had to take Ellie to dance, and honestly my appearance is not the first thing on my mind right now. I've been thinking about how I want to make this update. This is my family and my life, so I'd like to keep things private, but I will tell you that I am finally ready to, I guess ready, maybe I'm not ready. I finally feel like all of a sudden on a whim, like right now I'm like, okay, I'm going to make this video. So I'm going to, because I know later on I'm not going to want to. But basically what I want to tell you guys is that Suki and I have decided to divorce, and it was mutual. Him and I both agreed on this together, and all of you, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be people out there who are going to say like, you know, you're American and you should try to be more Japanese and blah blah blah, but all those things aside, like, him and I have both tried really hard, and we've tried a long time, and I don't hate him and he doesn't hate me, but believe me when I say that being together is no longer good for anybody, and we've come to realize that. And you know, Ellie's gonna watch these videos when she grows up, and I would like to tell her what went on between us in person, not on videos. So I hope that you guys can just accept that I'd like to keep those things private. And I hope that you all know that Suki and I both love Ellie very much, and that we both want what's best for her. And I've, of course, considered her in all of my decisions and put her first and foremost in my mind. And I have to decide, or I had to decide, I've already decided what I want to do from this point on. And basically, since we've decided to divorce, we agree that I will raise Ellie and I will have full custody of her, and he and I both think that it's best that I go back to America for several reasons. One being that, well, when we divorce, I will lose my spousal visa. That's not the reason why, though. If I wanted to stay, there are ways that I can get other visas to stay. There's a working visa. I'd have to find another job than the one I'm doing now. There's a long-term residency visa, which basically is, if because I'm Ellie's mom and she's a Japanese national, I can apply for that as long as I can prove that I can support her in Japan by myself, basically, and then I can get that visa. But that's not really the issue. The issue is that I have to picture what life is going to be the most stable and best for Ellie. And when I think about my life here, right now I'm working a part-time job. I'm living in this house, which, I mean, like, I could stay here, but, like, I feel like I'd have to find somewhere else to live, and, basically, I just feel like eventually I know in my heart that I would want to move back, and Suki and I were, like, we were planning on moving back to the States together eventually before Ellie went into elementary school. That was our plan, so, like, it's been in my mind. Going home has been in my mind, and it's not that I don't like Japan. I want I'm ready to go home, and there's things that I want for Ellie in America. Like, I feel like I want her to know both cultures, and I feel like she'll have more rights as a woman, what is a woman in the United States, and a lot of other things, of course, but my family and my home culture, and I want her to know both. Anyway, I'm ranting again, but I know in my heart that if I stay here, and even though it's possible there are ways that I can stay here and financially and everything, there are ways I can stay, but I feel like I will want to go home, And now she's 4 years old, and going home now is going to be the easiest for her to adjust. So where does that leave her dad? Her dad agrees that I will have the most support from my family back home, and being a single parent here is going to be hard, and I should do what's going to be easier for me, because what makes me happy is going to make Ellie happy. And so that's what I'm going to do, going home, and he will just have to see her when we come to visit and on Skype. And I know that sounds terrible, and it is, and I know I'm like talking to you with a straight face right now, but like obviously this has not been easy for any of us, and you know, I've had ups and downs and all arounds, and you know, it's not been easy. Right now I'm feeling okay, but it comes and goes in waves. Would you like to say hi?
Hi.
And it's not been easy, and believe me, no one wants to take their child away from their father. Well, I definitely don't, but like I said, I need to think about what's going to make her and I have a happy future, and I see that most likely in the States. And I will never, ever, ever, ever burn the bridge between her and her father, and I hope that she someday wants to come back and study in Japan and live with her dad maybe. And you know, she's not always, until she's like 20 or 22, she'll have her Japanese citizenship. So if she wants to come back here and she says, Mom, I want to go back to Japan, then that's okay with me. She can. And I hope that her and I can come back and visit as much as possible. And who knows, like we might move back to the States and we might want to come back here. And there are ways that we can. But right now, we need help. Help emotionally, and I need my family. Because divorce is not an easy thing. And especially when you have a little one.
Excuse me.
What?
Can I talk?
What would you like to say? And I talked a lot more than I planned on.
Excuse me.
What?
I want to talk.
What do you want to say? Anyway, there are a lot of things that you guys don't know about, and that's okay. But just know that I always think about what's best for this little girl, and I would never, ever make a selfish decision. But anyway, we're moving back at the end of March, so we won't be Hannah in Japan anymore. We'll be Hannah and Ellie in America.
Hi. Hi.
Alright guys, well, I am going to disable the comments in this video because I just don't have the emotional strength to deal with any BS right now. But I hope you understand.
No.